apparently it's not featuring Dave Soren, but I'm very excited to be with you. This is Aaron Price, the CEO of Tech United. I'm here with Dylan Zajac. Dylan is the founder of Computers for People. Dylan, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So I'm really interested. First of all, people just joining in, what we're going to talk about today is Dylan's story in how and why he's collecting computers. You can donate your computers for a good cause to help communities in need. And so, Dylan, tell me first of all, where are you and how old are you?
Definitely. So I'm 18 years old and I was born and raised in Hoboken, New Jersey. And Computers for People, our office is at 51 Newark Street here in Hoboken. But we serve the New Jersey and New York City area.
Awesome. So when did you start Computers for People?
Yeah, so back in 2019, me and my friends would go to different thrift shops and buy computers. And my friends would refurbish them, and they taught me how to refurbish the computers. And then I was more the business end. I would sell them online on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. And then I just kind of got into this and saw how many computers were being thrown away. And we were just like fixing them all up and selling them. And then I was talking to my stepmother who works at a nonprofit. And we had this idea to collect all these computers, refurbish them, and then donate them to people in need, because there was a massive gap there where computers were very expensive for people who couldn't afford them. Computers are becoming more and more of a necessity to get jobs and access education. And also there was a massive amount of computers that were being thrown away and going into landfills and really hurting the environment. So we saw, this great opportunity to start an official nonprofit. And right when we had that idea, I was a sophomore in high school. And the next day I bought the computersforpeople.org domain name. And just from there, I built the board. I got the 501c3 status. I created the website and just put everything in place to make it happen. So
it's
just really
awesome.
built up.
So I have so many questions for you, but let's start with the entrepreneurial side of things. Because I don't know, you certainly don't know this, but I used to also go find things in thrift stores and at garage sales and at dumps, literally at garbage dumps, and also sell them on eBay. And people, I don't think, realize how profitable that can be. I once found an old case in a dump. I was helping my dad clean out our basement. Thought it was kind of interesting. It had it was labeled with Georgetown. I opened it up. It had a bunch of dental equipment in it. And I thought, this looks interesting. Threw it on eBay. And it was like $600 later. It was pretty incredible. So obviously it sounds like you've had a similar experience with used electronics. How many have you sold? How much money have you raised? What's the progress been so far?
Yeah, so I mean, Computers for People doesn't sell any computers. So if you want, I could walk you through our process.
I would love for you to walk me through. You started out originally refurbing and selling them, correct?
Yes, that's before.
Now you refurb them and no longer sell them, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. So let's go through the process.
Yeah. So for Computers for People, we collect computers from individuals and businesses that are trying to get rid of them. They get a tax receipt for donating them to our organization, and we go and pick up all their computers. We bring them to our office here. We have volunteers that refurbish all of them and put Windows 10 on all of the computers. And then we partner with over 30 nonprofits in New Jersey and New York City. And those nonprofits nominate individuals and their clients, and their clients can apply for a computer. And if they're approved by our committee, then we go and drop off those computers. And so far, we've donated over 430 computers to people in need.
That's super awesome. So some practical questions. Definitely. First of all, you said Windows. Do you take any Apple products?
We do take Apple products as well. Yes. And we do also refurbish them, or we use the parts in them for other to donate as well.
Got it. So obviously there are major security concerns for people who are donating a computer with data on the hard drive. How can you give comfort to those people that might be worried about what's on the machine?
Definitely. We get that a lot. So every computer we get, we do a low-level format on. And we have some companies that have HIPAA restrictions and all of that. And sometimes they just take all the hard drives out and shred them. And if they take the hard drives out, we still will collect those computers, because we can buy new hard drives or used hard drives and put them into those computers. It's still very worth it for us. But we're trying to maybe one day we'll be able to use like software to wipe them completely clean to give a 100% guarantee. But the wipe we do right now, uh, on top of putting Windows back onto the computers, is very safe, and it's very difficult to get information off of it.
So I have used recovery software on hard drives that I have reformatted and
Yeah.
successfully recovered data. The way that you reformat your drives, I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but would someone like me who's reasonably technical but not too hardcore be able to install a program and find the data, or you go a step further so that wouldn't be so simple?
It would be pretty difficult to do it.
So what kinds of organization do you look for? Individuals to donate computers, or do you look for companies?
Yeah. So for intake or donation?
For intake.
For intake, we look for, yes, individuals, and also like you could have one computer or you could have 100 computers, and we'll come and pick up your computer. So we're looking for everyone. Right now we have a massive need for laptops and tablets, as those come in and out extremely quickly. So we have a larger amount of desktops that you know people need laptops more because they don't have the space for a desktop, and it's also portable if they want to take it to class, or for a job. So we're desperately in need of laptops and tablets.
Is there anything you won't take?
No, we say just our limits are less than 10 years old and working. But we take desktops, laptops, all-in-ones, tablets, keyboards, mice, and wires. So all of that.
When you say working, like obviously you talked about some healthcare providers taking shredding hard drives, but the machine needs to work before they hand it over, even if they remove some things.
Yeah, as long as it like turns on, then we'll be able to. We have a team that can refurbish the computers, but as long as it turns on, and there aren't too many things that we need to fix with it.
This seems like an enormously time-consuming endeavor, and you are in high school still, correct?
I just graduated last month, actually, 2 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how do you manage doing this while having just recently graduated high school?
Yeah, so I mean, during the school year, I was working like 20, 30 hours a week. And then once school ended, I've been working around 60 hours per week. Really, I manage every single part of this, from the refurbishing to the donation, all of our systems in between, and then also trying to raise money and grow the organization itself, because that's running a nonprofit takes a lot of time, and especially when you're in the beginning stages of a nonprofit. So yeah, I spend around 60 hours a week right now doing all of that and just trying to grow.
Is this a pure volunteer effort for you at this point?
Yep.
So you are raising some funds to help grow the organization, isn't that correct?
Yes, we've been working on that for the past 6 months, but just this month we started a campaign, actually, and we have an event this upcoming Wednesday, August 4th, from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the Hoboken Pilsner House and Beer Garden. It's going to be a great event. We hope to see as many people there as possible, and we're going to be raising money to hopefully hire a program director to come in and help manage our day-to-day operations, so we can increase our capacity. And if we're able to do this over the next 12 months, we can go from, right now we're donating 10 to 15 computers per week. We can go to 20 computers per week. And that will allow us to donate 1,000 computers in a year and impact 4,500 individuals. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to accomplish.
How much are you looking to raise?
For this position, we're looking to raise 60,000.
And have you started the fundraising for this, or is the kickoff this the 4th?
We have already started, and you can go onto our website. I think it might have it like right below us. You can see the campaign page, and we're at like 15% of our goal right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So people can go to computersforpeople.org/donate. Isn't that right?
That's to donate your computer, but you can go to computersforpeople.org/event to donate to the campaign or buy tickets for the event.
Got it. Excellent. And what percentage of the proceeds from the event, if they buy tickets, go to the fundraise?
Yeah, so pretty much 60% go to our organization of the tickets, and the rest go to supporting the venue for the
Got it.
costs. But 100% of all your donations go directly to our organization to donate computers to people in need.
Got it. Well, we happen to be connected to the owners of the Pilsner House. I'm going to see if we can get them to donate the other 40% that you're incurring there.
Wow.
We'll see what we can do for you. No
Wow.
promises, but it happened to be, we live in Hoboken, so we can try to help you out there. So what I didn't get into is the why are you doing this? Why aren't you profiting off them? Like I shared from my story earlier. Why did you pivot towards a nonprofit and refurbing and donating the machines? What's the inspiration behind this?
Yeah, I mean, I did it for almost a year. I would do that, scavenge all the parts, refurbish them, and donate and sell them. And it just it wasn't as it was a lot of fun to do that, and it's great to make money. And then for making money, I can either invest that money or buy stuff. But it's
the things people do with money.
Yeah, of course. But it's since I'm younger and I don't right now, I don't need to fully support myself, which is fantastic. I can have the opportunity to spend my time building something that really makes an impact on the world, and it's very rewarding. And it's it's so much fun to be able to build something like building a business and doing entrepreneurial efforts. I get really motivated to do them. So I have a lot of fun building up this whole thing, and it's so rewarding being able to help so many people by donating these computers to them.
Is this the first entrepreneurial endeavor you've embarked upon?
The biggest one that I've done.
What was the first?
The first. Oh my god! I used
What's
to
the
do
first thing you? Yeah, I like these things. What'd you used to do?
I used to make YouTube videos. I used to make a lot of YouTube videos, and I would make money off those YouTube videos, like the AdSense. And then I also did product reviews. So people would send me products or pay me to do product reviews on the channel. And I made over 300 videos. So
what was the focus of that? Was that computer reviews and electronic reviews?
It was mostly tech related products. Yeah, but it never got that big. But I really every week I would post 2 to 3 videos, and I would put so much time into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's your role model or your idol in this industry?
Oh my God. I don't really have an exact, role model. I just, I look at a lot of the nonprofits around me, and our 30 nonprofit partners, and I talk to them. I talk to community leaders in Hoboken and New Jersey, and I work with them, and they teach me a lot, about the industry, and also my board teaches me, so much about how to run a nonprofit, how to do our financials, so that we can grow to the organization the size that we want to be one day.
What is that? What do you have a big vision for what you'd like to see this become?
Yeah. So
is there a reason that there's not an NJ in that domain?
There might, yeah, maybe one day there will be an NJ. So each state will have its own state in the domain name. But I'm hoping, because I'm going to college August 26th. I'm going to Babson College.
Nice.
So I've been building the New Jersey and New York City location up enough so that I can hire staff to manage the day-to-day operations here. And when I go to Boston, I hope to start another location over there, and then just start making affiliates of our nonprofit around the country. That's my overall goal for Computers for People. And then once we're able to manage, because there's so many computers that are thrown away in the U.S. every single day.
You happen to know any of the stats on how many? I mean, I've got a couple computers in drawers that I'm going to send your way, but do you happen to know some stats on how many computers are sitting there idle, unused?
I don't, but it's around I know it's around 50 something million metric tons of e-waste is thrown out each year, something around that.
Wow.
And that's thrown into landfills, and it's around 70. My stats might be wrong here, but 70% of e-waste is put into landfills and not recycled. Only 30% is actually recycled. So it has a massive impact on the environment. I think it's 6% of stuff in landfills is e-waste.
It's incredible. So wait, let's get back to the story here. Yeah. You're going to Babson.
Yeah.
For those who aren't aware, very strong business and entrepreneurial program. What are you hoping to accomplish there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to connect with other people who have like-minded, ideas and entrepreneurial, sense. Um, Hope to start more businesses and then, keep growing computers for people to be as large as possible. And I think, going there and learning more about business, I can use those skills to strengthen computers for people and my
Yeah.
businesses in the future.
You were talking about the mentorship and advice you get from your board and others. First of all, please consider Tech United New Jersey as a resource. If there's anything we can do to help you out, we're in.
Right.
And we have an interesting connection to the business community in New Jersey and in the region. If you had a magic wand, what would you ask of these folks? Is it funding? Is it more computers? Is it people? What do you really need?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking for, yeah, one, computers, laptops, and tablets. And second is what we really really need right now is sponsorships and grants. So to sponsor computers for people so that we can, keep doing what we're doing and do it on a much larger scale because that's, much more cost efficient and we'll be able to help thousands and thousands of people get jobs and access education. And I have so many ideas from like so many different companies of how we can work together strategically to get people jobs and make software so people can learn how to use the computers and access their education and so many different things. So yeah,
How do you train people right now once you give them whatever device you give them?
yeah. So right now we don't have our own training like computer literacy class, but we from like donating these computers, we donate a lot to individuals in like one nonprofit. They actually start their own computer programs, computer training programs, because we give so many computers to all of their clients. So they start these programs and they teach their clients how to use the computers right now. But we're hoping in the future to start our own computer literacy classes.
I've got to think that there's a ton of resources online with those sorts of with the content defined.
Definitely.
Is that not readily available for people to learn?
I mean, it's like the starting steps. So like you get a computer and you've never like we have people who are homeless or formerly incarcerated and have never used a computer before. So it's like how do you turn on the computer? How are they supposed to get to those? How are they supposed to get on Google Chrome
Yeah,
and look up those resources if they don't know how to turn on the computer or use a keyboard or use a mouse? So it's really those beginning steps where
yeah.
people need to learn.
Tell me a little bit. That's all right. Don't worry about it. You're operating a business over there. It's cool.
Hmm.
What um tell me more about the people who receive these devices. You mentioned some of the personas here. Like who's actually getting the who are getting the devices?
Yeah, so we partner with a variety of nonprofits. So, like I said before, we have nonprofits that work with formerly incarcerated individuals, homeless individuals. We work with a number of youth organizations and also high schools. We're starting to work with high schools and give computers to seniors who can't afford a computer for college. And then also a couple other organizations that work. We work a lot with senior citizens over three, like Easter Seals, New Jersey, Goodwill, and Riseboro, and we've given over 150 desktop setups to senior citizens, so that those are like employment programs and also to connect with family and friends. So
It's awesome.
a wide variety of that the computers are going to.
What's the most touching story that you have heard about someone who's taken one of your devices and how it's changed their life?
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many. We get so we send out like a little email like 2 months after, and we ask for like, oh, has the computer impacted you? And we get, we have over 50 stories from people about how the computer has impacted them. Um, and I think one of them is like we gave a computer away, and I think it was one of the senior citizens. Uh, they learned how to use the computer, and because of that, they got a job themselves, and now are able to afford to pay their rent and do all of that, all because like the only thing in their way, the only barrier was that computer, not having the computer to because most jobs now, because they're online and virtual, you need a computer to access them. So now because we donated this computer to them, they're able to uh, access their job and now, make money for their family, which is amazing.
Yeah, agreed. It's awesome the work that you're doing. So you've got a big event coming up on Thursday. For people who can't make it, they can still go to computersforpeople.org/donate to donate funds, correct?
Computers.
Computers. I'm sorry. The event. You're throwing me off with the event
Yeah,
URL.
there's all these
Go to
different.
computersforpeople.org and click on the various buttons, whether you want to donate your computer, donate funding, or learn more about Computers for People. And so, if you could look forward 10 years from now and you had a dream for what this might turn into, we alluded to this before we got a little sidetracked. What would you love to see this organization become?
Yeah, so I want, once we're able to manage the amount of need in the United States, I hope to take computers in and then send them overseas, because the digital divide is like so much greater in other parts of the world. You can imagine like the amount of, like, they don't have a lot of computers in some places. Being able to bring technology over there so that they can learn how to use it and take advantage of it. It's really, it would be so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope that we hit a point where where you've
Definitely
extinguished the demand in the U.S. here. It seems like we've got a long way to go. What do your friends think about what you're doing?
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know. Some of them actually come and help me like refurbish computers, which is nice because they were the ones that I would, buy computers with before, and refurbish them and sell them. But I think it's I don't know, it's different.
Well, it's different. Like, are you the weirdo who's got a big, closet full of computers? Or are they, inspired and respectful, or would you get?
I
You
think
hear
a
it
lot
all?
of people think it's cool because it's grown so much from like, because it started as like, oh, it's small, people think it's a school project, oh, it's gonna die out in a couple months, but now it's grown into something much much larger, so people really respect it now, I think.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's cool.
Do you have other needs local besides funding and computers? Are there other things that, do you need more space? Do you need more people helping to refurbish them? Like, what else should people be aware of?
Yeah, we definitely need volunteers to help refurbish the computers, and also people with cars to pick up and drop off computers, as well as right now our office space is 230 square feet. We have like 6 shelving units here and like 2 tables to refurbish all the computers. And we're on the 3rd floor. So like bringing computers in and out, and we have a busy street right in front of us for parking. We were desperately looking for like either warehouse space or something larger, that's more accessible in Hoboken. So we're desperately looking for something that would, fit our needs better and that we'll be able to expand in.
How many square feet do you think you need?
We need to our next step. We would hope for like at least 600 square feet, but we want like 1,500 to 2,000. Maybe within the next 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, we might be able to help you with that as well. Got some
That would be
ideas.
amazing. That would be
It's technically in Jersey City, but it's right over the border, so I think it could work for you.
possibly,
Anything
yeah.
else that you would want to make sure that people know about your story? Actually, I do have another question, which is for
Okay.
other young people who are thinking about building a business.
Okay.
First of all, what advice would you give them? And second, it's unusual, I think, for someone your age to go directly into the nonprofit route. And so what would you tell people about, if they're considering, I'm looking to make some money myself versus looking to do something bigger for the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about like your motivation. It's like not about making money at first. Like you got to be really like motivated to do something and really like enjoy something. I think I mean, who knows? I haven't made a lot of money yet, but what I've
But you
heard
could
from
have
other,
made a lot of money, doing different things. Clearly, you're very
possibly.
driven and bright. But there's a reason you went the nonprofit route.
Yeah, I think it's all about, how much you enjoy something, and when you put so much effort into something, and like I work 60 hours a week, but I have so much fun doing it. When you do that, I think a very large reward can come out of that, whether that's money or, happiness, or anything like that. So that's my advice.
I love it. That's awesome.
Okay.
Well, Dylan, I really appreciate everything that you're doing for the community and what you're building. And it's great that it's in New Jersey. It's cool that it's right in Hoboken, And like I said, please do consider us a resource, whether it's helping you spread the word like this or getting to some bigger corporates. Is the mayor aware of what you're up to?
Yeah, he's actually coming to the event on Wednesday.
Very good to hear. Very good to hear. What about the governor? Is he up to any? Is he participating?
I invited him, but
Did you hear?
I
Did you
didn't
hear back?
I didn't hear back.
Well, we'll have to talk to Phil, see what we can do about that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Attendance from him is challenging, but awareness can still be very, very helpful.
That would be great.
So anyway, thank you so much for everything you're doing. It's really awesome. We talk about empowering entrepreneurs, innovators, and instigators who build a better future for all. And I think you are the embodiment of exactly that mission. So I really appreciate everything you're doing. Keep up the good work, and I'm sure there's a lot more good to come from you. And I hope that we're a small part of the empowering body as things unfold for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Really
at our normal events, we do a lot of high-fiving. And in the last 2 years, that's been a little challenging, but we can still do the high five, the camera, the count of three, 1, 2, 3, boom. Check out computers4people.org/donate/event. Get involved, support Dylan and his great cause. Dylan, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
Sounds great.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.